Hello, hello. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Kit Kat. Today we are building a small home, a small family home in Brindleton Bay using only cats and dogs and base game, of course. And it is a small family home. I believe it's number 15 off of the It's Tro's Tiny Build list. And yeah, it has 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. And I wanted a house that had a bigger budget. This doesn't really help us very much, but I do have a little bit more money for clutter items. But to make it a house that we can clutter, it's a home for 6 Sims. So there's a parent's room, like a teen room with a bunk bed, and then a room for 2 toddlers that can be changed into a kid's room later with bunk beds. But I really wanted money to be able to clutter. The only unfortunate thing is that some of the items from cats and dogs are a little bit more expensive. So it actually doesn't go a super long way. But so it's in the traditional Cape Cod style that came with the pack, at least as best as I could recreate it. The roof gave me a little bit of trouble, so I do end up moving some things around just to make the roof line a little bit nicer. Because it's a bit of a weird shape. And then of course we dip into some debug landscaping to finish it off because we don't have money for landscaping. That's not a priority. But yeah, so we have more money for decorations, which is always what I'm after, honestly, in a build. I love to clutter. I love to have decorations. On the little bump out there, we're going to make this into a chimney, although there is no fireplace in this house. But I just needed to fill this basin a little bit better. And I figured a nice chimney from cats and dogs would work. I do initially place like the 1 tile wide door, but eventually I use the bigger one in the front there because I adjust the roof line again, because it doesn't look right initially. So I do end up adjusting the floor plan again a little bit later on, just to make that space a little bit bigger. And at the very beginning, I raised up the foundation, or used terrain tools to raise up the lot a little bit. So I do add like a custom, like a porch without any actual tiles as part of the count. And then a little path down to the front of the lot, which, because of where the lot is, it does just sort of end, but that would happen sometimes. Oh, my cat was laying on my lap and now he's gotten up. Now he's decided to go. So here I'm just putting the little custom gravel path. Now it's window time. I go with like a blue and white color scheme, and I really like it. It feels very coastal and bright. Just lowering the roof a little bit again. I will fix. Well, I don't think I changed that roof again, so that might be it. It is a little off-center just because of the shape of the house. I go with that blue siding from cats and dogs, and then the white, not tiles. The only thing, yeah, I did fix it. Okay, I did fix it. Oh my goodness, I have no faith in myself sometimes. The only thing that I feel like looks really unfinished is the roof. But I mean, obviously that is a normal roof. Those are roof shingles that are fairly normal. So it just, because it's the default roof shingle, it feels like it looks unfinished to me. So I do leave it. If you don't like it, you can always change it if you decide to download this house to play in it, or just to like fill up your save a little bit. But just looking at it, I'm like, oh, I don't like that, because it feels unfinished just because of you know, how it's the default one, so it looks like I didn't do anything to it, which I didn't. But so yeah, the color scheme in most of the house is lots of blues on the inside as well, blues and greens. I do use like a non-blue bed in the parents' room, but a lot of the color scheme is blue to just kind of like tie in the outside as well. Here I'm just laying out some furniture to try to figure out the layout of the living room, the living space. I do flip it around a little bit, so it will end up changing, but I just wanted to figure out like where things would go, and then moved on to the kitchen. I put the cheapest cabinets in here, and then do a little half wall in the back behind, in between the couch and the living room, just to kind of like fill in the space and keep it a little bit separate, even though it's not a huge area. Ends up just being the couch, and then I do put a little armchair in the living room. So there's enough space for 4 of the Sims who live in the house to sit there. And I put a bookshelf over there as well, and then move the chair to just the other side eventually, but not for a while. The kitchen is nice and big though, lots of counter space. I don't end up putting a lot of clutter in there, again, just because with a budgeted build, you run out of money. So I just put that upper cabinet in to let me do the end piece without it flipping around and being weird and annoying. I did just make that half wall slightly taller, because I really wanted that blue tiling and backsplash to be visible behind the countertops. I only just recently noticed that that wallpaper had that swatch, and I wonder if it's like a newer like addition to base game, just because I never noticed it before. That's the bed that I end up going with for the parents' room. This is the second time that I have worked on this particular build, because initially I did it and I did not like how it was turning out. I think it was just for maybe 4 Sims, so it was a lot smaller, less money. Well, it was the same size, I think, but less money. So adding, 2 extra Sims really helps. Really helps with the budget. Yeah, here we go. We switched to that bigger front door, which I like that door a lot. So I was really pleased to be able to actually use it. I delete the windows on the side of that main bedroom, and then just kind of shove the bed in the wall and the dresser into the wall to have as much space as possible, because I wanted to use both of them. The issue here is that none of the nightstand wood like really matches the cats and dogs furniture, even the stuff from their own pack. I think the one that matches is the most expensive one, and I really didn't want to use it. Oh, my cat's back. I do add a few things for pets in this build. There's no litter box, although there could be space for it if you wanted to have a cat. So technically this build has a dog in the house, just because I ran out of money for anything else. So I end up putting a pet bowl there where the trash can is in the kitchen. So there's just an outdoor trash can, but it is like right there by the back door, so it's close. I put the TV on this like smaller console table. I think I might change it another time, but we'll see what happens. I'll be as surprised as you are. Just kind of settling on the color scheme in the teens' bedroom is like that pink and blue. And here I decide that it's going to be a toddler's room. Having 2 toddlers in a house at one time is not super ideal, but it's possible, especially if you have some kids or teens that can help. But just laying out a few things in this toddler room so that we have stuff for the toddlers. I put the potty in the main hall bathroom. And just adding a couple other things like a bookshelf, although I could have, not had that in there. The little bear chair is so cute. Oh, and I actually think that I changed the living room armchair for one of the poofs that came with the Cats and Dogs pack. Because it does work really well. I always use that cloud lamp in kids' rooms. I don't know. I know a lot of us, especially if you have limited packs, but I think even with a bunch of packs, they're always your like go-to items that you use. I do put that pink wardrobe in here, but I end up adjusting the wall so that in the living area there's that little bump out instead. I end up putting an easel in there by the desk and using a desk that is actually, both the desks in this house are actually dining room tables because they are cheaper. So I use that instead. I push the bed over a little bit, but there's no computer on this desk. It's just kind of like a workspace for the kids. Choosing some curtains. Honestly, this kid's room was a little bit easier, except for the curtain being problematic, as usual. But like the kids in the toddlers' rooms were really easy to do just because of, again, I think it's probably because I have like specific things that I like adding. Added a little guitar in there for skill building, and also because I tend to put guitars in teenagers' rooms as kind of like a place to put a skill building item, but also like kind of designated as a teen room because kids can't use guitars. So throw that in there for some extra skill building. And then the parents' room is like this peachy blue-brown mixture of colors. I decided to paint the walls now because I don't want to run out of money. I think we might be down to like 1,000 simoleons, like 1,400 or something. So I paint the walls so that we can make sure that we have wallpaper. And I do a couple of like accent walls with this paneling. It's like 7 simoleons per tile, so I don't use it in the whole build. It's just kind of like a little bit of an accent wall. And we are getting fairly close to being done with the inside, at least in terms of like the furniture, the main furniture that's in there. I'll start decorating very soon with the last about 1,000 simoleons that we have. I put a little grill outside and a picnic table, and then as well as a monkey bars, and that's about it that's outside. I'll use my debug landscaping for the trees and stuff, but that's about it. We got our pet bowl, we've got a little ball, and a pet bed in the parents' room. I fill that in with curtains, and then just a few other things that I kind of missed, like I needed to paint the tiles there. But yeah, a lot of stuff from the Cats and Dogs pack. Some of it, though, is too expensive, so it does not get used, but I do my best to incorporate it as much as I can. And now I'm just trying to use our last bit of money to decorate. All the lamps, all the lights in this build are just like the little saucers in that little lantern. There's not a ton of other lights because I just wanted to keep it as cheap as possible so that we could clutter. Here I am using that little poof, even though it's slightly more expensive than the armchair, but someone could sit on it, you know, it's there for sitting. Just a couple of clutter items in the kitchen to fill it in and make it, again, look lived in, because, you know, that's how I like to roll. That cute little cabinet in the corner there, it really fills it in and, like, fills that space out because it was looking pretty sad and empty over there. Just throw a fruit bowl on the counter. You know, when in doubt, fruit bowl. Fruit bowl and flowers. Oh my gosh, I love that little animal succulent, the cat or the dog one. They're both so cute. It reminds me of a subscription box that I have gotten a couple times. It's called Cat Lady Box. I do have a cat. He's sitting on my arm right now, so it makes moving a little bit difficult. But in one of the boxes that I got last year, and I haven't had one for a while, but one of the boxes I got, it had like a little cat piggy bank in it, so it's really cute. It just kind of sits on my desk behind me. Sorry, I turned away from the microphone, but that is what that little succulent kind of reminds me of. I would love that in real life too. I put a couple of like a mirror around. Now we're just trying to like hang up some artwork to fill in the space a little bit. I put those double like leaf paintings in the main living space, but I do end up getting rid of them because I need them elsewhere. Instead of having two of those, I put the little calendar out in the main area and then use the kids one in the kids room. Yeah, I just put that over the bed. The bathrooms are so sad. I don't even think they have like any other decorations. There's no toilet paper in these bathrooms, so sorry tier sims that need toilet paper. Luckily it's not functional, so it doesn't matter a whole lot. And here we are running out of money. We have a simoleon left, so now it's time to landscape with debug. And I try to make it like really natural and look like it fits in the world. I tried to get rid of the mailbox and it didn't want to, so I just moved it. Because I really wanted to use the cats and dogs mailbox, but you have to unlock it, and I didn't feel like using unlock cheats, so you have to like be in the vet career, which I think is really dumb. I want a dog mailbox. Why do only vets get dog mailboxes? It's unfair. But yeah, it's pretty basic landscaping, just a little bit of like some bushes and flowers around the bushes. You know, your classic Kit Kat landscaping is really what happens here. I do put a lot of those like paving stones in the backyard, like in a sort of like kind of a circle, not like a porch, but in a circular area around with the picnic table on top of it, so I think it looks super cute and kind of cottagey, but in the Brindleton Bay style. Some of the debug landscaping, it looks good, but it looks weird with other items. So I put some different like wildflowers in to like fill in the space and bring a little bit more brightness and colors. That's not just like all green. And I think it looks really nice. I'd probably end up playing in this house at some point if I needed like a house. I feel like it's really cute and cozy and just like, yeah, kind of the vibe. Sorry if you can hear my neighbor's dogs barking in the background. They're little, so they have to tell you about all their problems that they're having. But yeah, we're getting close to being done. So just some additional plants and flowers around, and then the terrain paint. But thank you again so much for watching this video. Thank you for watching any of my my YouTube content. I really appreciate it. I'm still learning, you know, how to do these videos best, but I'm enjoying it, so I hope you are too. If you like this video and enjoy my content, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment. What is your favorite thing about the Cats and Dogs pack? Mine is the pets. It's definitely the pets. Although with gameplay, sometimes it's not the pets. And yeah, what do you like most about The Sims? I do a mix of gameplay and building on my Twitch channel, so if you want to check it out, that link is below. But again, thanks for watching. Please subscribe so you don't miss more content, and turn on that notification bell. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye!